Welcome to The Way You Leaf, and today we're bringing you a What is Your Theory video, where we explore individuals' wildest theories about the wheel of time. We listen, we challenge, and we learn. Today we're going to have Brother Dan giving us his theory about Bran and the Two Rivers.
Thank you, Ryan. My theory is that Bran was using town coffers to make a profit off himself during Winternight. Let me explain. When Rand and Tam Althor are on their way to Winternight, they're bringing the best apple reserve, limited reserve apple brandy from Tam's own hand. They're bringing casks of it to the Wine Spring Inn. Why? Because there's a huge party set up. Winternight is here, guys, and this is generally very big in the Two Rivers, but this is exceptionally so this year. This year, we learn that there is a peddler coming. Paden Fane is known to these parts, but to have a peddler come to coincide with Winternight seems kind of special. Doesn't seem like that always happens. And Paden Fane is bringing with him a big cache of fireworks. Fireworks that were paid for by the village. These fireworks are used to celebrate Winternight, but they're also used to bring people to the area. Now, in the Two Rivers, there's a few villages that are noted. There's Eamon's Field, there's Watch Hill, there's Devon's Ride, there's even those folks over at Terran Ferry, although we don't trust them too much. But these people are all celebrants of Winternight. They all celebrate. And I imagine that when they heard that there was a big celebration going over at Eamon's Field, well, they're going to go and check out that one, right? Because not only are there fireworks, there's a Gleeman.
Yeah,
Holy
best
cow.
bell time ever.
The first time ever, and this Gleeman he's known. I don't know how popular he is, but
That's
known.
True. He is known. He is.
It's like they got Pavarotti to come.
So none of this is cheap. Now, why is Bran standing to profit? Well, look around. The village green is dominated by one building there. It's called the Wine Spring Inn, and that's owned by the mayor, Bran Al'Vere. Bran Al'Vere's been the mayor for 20 years. And it seems like he's made quite the profit already, as he's the only place in town that has tile roofs when everyone is stuck having to deal with Sen Bowie's thatch jobs. There is a Gleeman. There are fireworks. There's a peddler. I think this is all to get people from the surrounding areas to come specifically to the Wine Spring Inn, have some of Tam Althor's limited reserve apple brandy, have some of Mirren's honey cakes, the best in town, and spend some good coin, not on the Eamon's Field, but the Wine Spring itself. If anyone was to profit or stands to make money off of this venture, it is the mayor, Bran Al'Vere.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I can agree with this, but I can agree with this and say that only the Congers and Coplans would be upset about it, because we've only heard of two other inns in the entire series that didn't have any guests at night. Like the Wine Spring never had guests really much at night, and those two were what's it called, the Tipsy Gelding in Hinderstap and the No Name one in Hinderstap. Those are the only two, and they were taking what did the guy say? They were compensated. But we know why they were compensated. Yeah. So I would think that him being the mayor would give him a little bit of maybe town taxes or something, because that is another office or job. Just never lost the job. But I would say maybe that's, the way, because he still had to have a living too, and he somehow had enough money to make his own cask of brandy, his own make of ale that he made. I know for a fact he made his own nut brown ale or something like that. His own brown ale.
Eamon's Field it's a provincial, dare I say, scared of visitors kind of place.
Well, there's no way out. So when you have a cul-de-sac like that and that leads to nowhere, it's not profitable for anyone to go into it.
And yet, Bran Al'Vere has the only clock in town. He has a thing on his mantle that just gives away free tobacco if you're hanging out. This is a man who has prospered in his years.
Yeah. True. Keep in mind, too, that these are all craftsmen who have been handing down their craft for generations, so they're really good at making stuff. Eamon's Field, the Two Rivers itself, is extremely fertile ground. There's nothing that these people can't make or grow for themselves.
Well, Jansen, here is the kicker to my theory. This had just occurred shortly after Egwene has braided her hair. She's now a woman. She is the apprentice to the wisdom, and it is assumed that she, as a wisdom, will be in one of the nearby towns. This position is a position of power. Bran is the mayor. His wife, Meryn, is part of the women's circle. And now we're going to have his daughter. And is this not almost like a debutante thing? Maybe he's showing her off to the town folk from around the way, trying to see how Watch Ride is thinking about Egwene, or boy, how's Watch Hill, or Devon Ride. Maybe them Devon Riders want a nice young wisdom that she can consolidate the power of the Alvear.
That's possible. But keep in mind that they've already pretty much picked Dudley's dude in town to marry their daughter.
True. But I'm saying more for it's more for a job interview.
And you know what else I think? I agree with you. But I also think if you went back enough generations, just like with Tam Thor, finding his lineage all the way back to King Aemon, I believe that if you sat down with King Aemon and looked at his court, one of those guys probably had a name that sounded a lot like Alvear.
Alvear, yeah.
Alvear, like maybe Alverin. That'd be weird. But,
I like that, yeah.
It could have been that. I believe that the Royal All was still the Royal All the way back then. And I believe that's why there's an Althor. That's why there's an Alvear. You know what I mean? That's why there's an Althone. I think that all of those Alls were people of the court back in Aemon's time.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Right. And that's why they don't like Coggers. They don't like Coplans. And they probably don't like Cothans.
Yep. Probably. You know what? That's a really good, that probably is a good thing. I think that maybe Cawthon might have had, whoever Cawthon was, might have been a noble back then, but not of the greatest repute.
We are so off track.
No. To support your theory further, it is very mysterious how Bran Alvear got the wine spring in the first place.
Royal All.
That inn is ancient. We don't know that story. We know that Bran Alvear has, we could argue, has kept Evansfield in a provincialized state, has, without, promoting tile roofs for everyone. No, he gets the tile roofs, and he's fine with the status quo. Yeah, no, I love this theory, Dan. Bran Alvear is a despot.
Well, I won't say that, but I'd like to hear what the chat has to say. Please comment.
Hey,
let us know.
By the way, remember, there's another Royal All. Almera.
And I think it was probably Althane. I think John Thane, they got demoted. What do you think? Leave us a comment. Let me know if you like this theory or not. And come check out our other theories. We have a playlist now full of them, probably.
All right, everyone, run for your lives. This is The Way to Leave.